question is... where am I gonna find all these friends? This tree in particular is kind of messing me up a little bit. So what I was trying to do last time was I was trying to work out if there was a way to push this tree up. Because if I push it right, I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose it. What I need is to push it up in order to make some things work, I think. So let me brainstorm for a moment. If I were able to push it up, what would I do with that? Well, if I were able to push it up, I would push it to the right. And if I got it here, it feels like that's not... I mean, that's still kind of stuck, right? Because if I roll it to here, and it's facing up and down, I can't really get it away from that log then. Is Squid a friend? Squid's very much a friend. Unfortunately, his arms are much too large for hugging, which I imagine hurts him deeply. This is a complicated one because I think I need to build a bridge of length 3 up here. In order to get to that island. I'm not sure yet that I see exactly how to do it. This would get me very close. But it's not all the way there. Yes, conventional wisdom would suggest that, but unfortunately our science has not shown that to be accurate. More arm does not necessarily mean more hug. Sad but true. Is there anything else? I mean, this gets me out of here, but... is it really all that matters? So from here I can get the log into there, but I can't... now I can't get it away from here, right? I'm stuck on this. I'm close to being able to build a raft on shore. The configuration here is pretty close to being able to do so, but again, I need to be able to get around that corner to do so. Are we hugging? I don't think that's what hugging looks like. So my thought last time was maybe there was a way to adjust my solution to this one. This is nothing. This little 2x2 square right here that this log is currently caught in is kind of an interesting space because the log will always be caught in it. As long as I push it into this space, it'll never get out of this space. It's just not possible. Just based on the configuration. We did, but sadly the roller coaster was not built for riding. Which means my only choice for this log is to push it to the right or to push it up. And up actually seems like it's on the right track, right? Pushing it up seems like it gets me close. My other thought process was the possibility that I'm supposed to launch this raft upward, which would involve getting a log right here so that I can push off of it. But I haven't yet worked out how to actually make that happen. I'm having some trouble with it. This tree right here is actually useless to me in its current format because by being in the corner I can't push it internal to this island to launch off with it. Roost Cinnamon, thank you so much for the resub. So I was thinking, well, what if I were to roll that log from this island, right? Like if I were to get myself a log over here, or potentially if I were to knock this one down and then bring something across that gap. But I think what seems... I just don't have any avenue for getting to that island right there. It just, nothing seems obviously correct to me. What if it's something really simple, right? What if it's just build a raft from here? What's going on this island? Did I arrive here by raft? I must have arrived here by raft. Hey, Trog. I will have fun puzzling, thank you. How did I get to this island? I need to look at a map. Anyway, that one hidden island, I have not quite worked out the geometry of how to get to it yet. I'm trying to sort of show off my thought processes, but I don't think any of them are really on the right track. So we're trying to get to here. There's an island under this cloud cover, but I don't see how to make it happen. Weirdly, this island seems like it's most likely to bear fruit, but I don't know how I would make it happen. It doesn't really seem like there's much I can do. Hey, Mythical. Let's go look at some other islands. I feel like I'm getting hung up on the minutia right now. Let's go back here. I think I see a way to get to that island over there. It's sneaky, but I think I see a way. Gosh, that's sneaky. Just having a comfortable sit for a moment. Of course I hug them. Why would I not hug them? Look at them! Their arms are out! They want to be hugged! And they're smiling too. How am I getting over there? Doesn't look like there's a shove off from above. And very clearly that tree that I can see is positioned in such a way to get me back to that island. So I mean, this is what we're doing today. It's going to be slow paced because these are exceptionally hard islands to get to, but the goal is to reach these hidden islands. You can tell which ones they are because they're still fully covered by clouds. Most of them seem to have snowmen, like the ones that have been difficult to get to. Most of them seem to have the reward of giving you a new friend. So. Just trying to look at the low-hanging fruit right now. This one is a complete mystery to me. The one that's right above the island I'm at right now. I don't see the obvious progression to it. It could be a push-off from the right, but there's like nowhere obvious to push off from. Could be a push-off from above. There is sort of a tree positioned in roughly the correct way, but only one spare tree. Right? So if the answer is to come to this island and push off, from where? Where would I even push off from here? And the fact that the tree is positioned in that way makes me think that I'm supposed to be proceeding to that island, which means it's not going to be coming from that island. Couldn't be this big mess of rocks here. There's no way that's it. Usually when it's sort of a weird redirection of rafts, like the raft takes an L turn, you'll usually see two rocks positioned diagonal from one another that indicates that the one rock is supposed to stop it and the other one's supposed to give you a push off in another direction. So you can sometimes metagame that a little bit and tell what they're trying to get you to do there. Sometimes you'll get these rock formations that are pretty obvious that they're trying to get you to redirect. Alright, you can have another hog, that's fine. Oh, you're stealing hugs. Yeah, that's the problem I'm having right now, is I don't even know where the puzzle starts from. There's clearly something happening down here. So this is the obvious puzzle solve here. This is the obvious one. But it seems like I should be able to get it to go up as well, right? There should be a way to make it go up. 6, I believe. The screenshot that has been most complete that I've seen has 52 friends. So... Thanks, I tried a new thing. I showered. Huh. It is really not... This one's not obvious to me. So let's contemplate what other solutions might look like. Is this something? That's not something. This island is so fucking close. It's so hard for me to imagine that the answer's not just like, roll a log out there, dummy. Just roll a log, dum-dum. I did, Surin. I got the credits. Really loving the game. Now we're finding friends. Hey, Pansy. I'm doing okay. I don't know. How is your favorite speedrunner doing tonight? Hey, Surin, you can feel free not to answer this question if it's like some sort of closely guarded secret. But I couldn't find any definitive answer to what 100% of this game actually is, like how many islands, exhibits, and friends. I'm not sure that that's something that you all are keeping to yourselves, or if that's something I can just be told, because I've been trying to find the answer to it. Do the achievements themselves say what the numbers are? I also purchased Cosmic Express because I loved this game and figured that Cosmic Express would also be equally as good. Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, if you're not wanting to tell people, please don't let me ply you for information. I'm just curious because I'm enjoying the game and I'm kind of wondering what the path to 100%ing this would look like. There's a screenshot on the Steam forums that shows some numbers quite a bit larger than mine. Yeah, I don't know about the 143, but the screenshot I've seen was 52 and 599. I remember those two numbers at least. There's a snowman. I saw a snowman on that island. Nice try, cloud cover, but you weren't quick enough. I know your secrets now. I know what kind of bubbles you like in your bath. I don't know what you're talking about, bad actor. I almost certainly didn't say anything. Gosh, I want to go to the carnival so badly. Okay, this one maybe seems approachable. These gossip-loving fish were intensely curious about human activity and could not stand feeling out of the loop. Humans thus had to store them in completely clear containers to ensure they always had a good view of any interesting drama. That just doesn't work for me. I'm not struggling with this one. You've almost certainly gotten me confused with someone else. Someone who is not a puzzle god. This feels like the correct first step right here. I don't know why, but I just feel like this is on the right track. Okay. I appreciate the info. I don't want you to feel, I didn't want to ask more than was appropriate. It seemed like the fact that it wasn't published anywhere, that it may just not have been public information. I have a few ideas of where to start too. I think it's gonna start with probably knocking down some trees and rolling logs around. That's my take on it. This is probably the only interaction that annoys me is this one right here. Standing on a log, you can't push a log upright. I guess it makes sense, just like if you think about the sort of leverage you'd have from that position. But there's like a number of times that has come to bite me in puzzles. Yeah, I actually spotted the snowman quite a few times, but I didn't actually hug my first one until the very last island, which I think is probably, to a certain extent, expected. I don't know. It's hard to say what's really expected. I do want to directly pay the compliment that I play a lot of puzzle games around here, and one sort of comment that I mention a lot is that I don't think making puzzle mechanics is very hard. Like, it doesn't... I don't think the idea of, like, designing the rules of how puzzles work is hard, but making actually interesting puzzles seems like the really challenging part. Having not made very many or no successful puzzle games myself, that's perhaps a little ambitious or overstepping for me to say, but I think this game does a really good job of having all the puzzles feel really varied and interesting, and on top of that, there have been like a non-zero number of times where, like, super late game, a brand new mechanic was delivered to me super organically in a really fascinating way. Like, discovering how rafts can be built on land happened super organically. I mean, when you first even learn about rafts and you shove off for the first time, like, it's so obvious how well engineered that puzzle was to, like, teach you that mechanic. Which is such a... I don't know, like, it's just such a cool... It's so cool to think about how you teach players effectively without tutorializing them. And this game, I think, did a really good job of not tutorializing the player. I've just never, you know, you have like 600 islands, approximately, let's say, 600 islands in this game. I can't think of any islands, aside from sort of the really non-critical ones, the ones that are just connective tissue. I can't think of any islands where I was just like, oh, that was the solution I just did. Like, I already did that puzzle. And for that quantity of items, let's say even 300 of them, which is certainly not accurate, but let's say only 300 of them were real puzzle islands. That's still a ton of variety. I'd never be able to achieve that. I mean, just honestly, I can't see myself taking such simple mechanics and successfully making that many varied puzzles. I know that this is where I need to go, but I'm no closer now to solving this than I was when I came to this island 10 minutes ago. The only thing I've identified is that this island is difficult. I either need to build a raft out at the end or a single log pointing out at the end. Well, beyond not really looking for any advice, I've already done this iteration. The rightmost tree left. I assume you mean this one, because that would be ridiculous to say I'm gonna push this one left. That's not possible. So while I'm certainly not looking for any feedback, I'll humor the point you're trying to make, which is that try this thing that you already did 5 minutes ago and didn't see any fruit from it. What next? Where am I going? Where am I going from here? Yeah, I'm trying to get at least a log or a raft to go to the right here. And since this one is almost certainly in service of going north, these are the only two things I have to work with here. Yeah, I got you, Pansy. You're right. I've certainly done that before. Is there an inspiration for the otter logo? A long time ago, a good friend of mine, Pangaea Panga, used to refer to me jokingly as Otter Blues. Or Otter Booze, actually. And, weirdly, from there, it kind of just snowballed into a brand identity, I guess. Yep, Pansy actually designed the logo. I'd prefer you not say such disparaging things about me, Mythical. I have an identity to keep up here, and you're gonna blow it for me if you start telling people that I used to, play Super Mario World. You're gonna really ruin my bad boy image, is what I'm getting at here. That's kind of interesting, Surin. I kind of would expect, I kind of would have expected that to be true of most puzzle games, and, I'm surprised that maybe that isn't true of most puzzle games. Like, I would think that if you've designed puzzles and the people on your team find them impenetrable, then maybe they're too hard. But certainly, time sensitivity, there's gotta be some people on staff that you just, like, here's how you blaze through it. God, this one is like completely impenetrable to me. I think my mistake is knocking the top or the leftmost tree down. I think if I knock the leftmost tree down, I'm in trouble, but I don't see anything else, right? Does getting it up and out of the way help me in any way? If I could get that log to be right here, so that I could knock this tree up, that would help? Maybe? God, the positioning of these rocks is just brutal. I can't get anywhere in this puzzle. There it is! We found it, everyone! Through pure dumb luck. Please, please, hold your compliments till a point at which I actually solve a puzzle deservedly. Hell yeah, we did it. Hey y'all, I found another completely impenetrable puzzle. Well, let's go ahead and knock this one back down. Well, hope I never have to resolve that one, because I have no idea how I did it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Localization menu where there's a drop down where you can warp to any in the game is essential with having over a dozen localized languages. Translators need to see the context, otherwise things could go wrong very poorly. Gotcha. This game, I feel like games like this that have a large amount of satire are probably miserable to actually translate. Like, I don't envy translators having to do translations for games like this. So they've been as well received in their other languages as they are in English. That's really good to hear, because again, I feel like that's probably really hard. I feel like localization is probably like a really unsung art form. Because it's so much more than just, like, knowing 2 languages, right? Like, being fluent in 2 languages does not make you funny in 2 languages. I mean, being fluent in 1 language doesn't make you funny in 1 language. The book, Legends of Localization? I mean, I've read some articles from the people who wrote Legends of Localization. They have an article about the Bubsy Claws Encounter of the Forbidden Kind. Claws Encounter of the... Claws Encounter. Furred Kind, thank you. I mean, it's not that all localization needs to be able to be funny, but, you know, when your writers are going for satire, I feel like being good at that is probably a nightmare. How the hell do I do anything with this tree down? Okay, we're hitting the point where I need to, like, take a moment and enumerate my options here. This tree down here, I can't push it down and bring it back. So if I push it down, I've locked it into that position. So what does pushing it down do for me? Because if pushing it down does nothing for me, then it's a question of how do I push it upward. And if I push it upward, it's going to do nothing for me. I can tell you that right now. If I push it upward, it does nothing for me. So pushing it down is almost certainly correct, which I think would mean that that's what I want. I want to push it there. But why? But why? Look, making puzzle games interesting on stream is hard. Puzzle games are fantastic. They're my favorite genre by a county mile. But it is very hard to sell people on watching puzzle games, so I have to basically talk you through every thought that crosses my mind. And then I have to time people out who want to help me with my bad thought processes. Look, I understand. I know. Look, I watch a lot of puzzle games too. I know how frustrating it is to watch some dumbass streamer go, well, what if I just do this? And they're not even close to being on the right track. Like, what do you want me to do with that? Right? What problem am I trying to solve right now? Maybe that's what I haven't done right here. What problem am I trying to solve here? Which log is the one that's going to cross the finish line for me? If I could get a log, if I could get this log stood up on its end, we would win. Hey, Gilder, thanks so much for the raid. If I could get this log stood up on its end, we win, right? So if I do this, then this, then bring it back around, then up. Okay. Perfect Chameleon. We've already seen that one, so we loop back around. The thing that's been most impressive to me about this puzzle game, thank you so much, Gilder, for the raid. How was, you weren't doing Spelunky 2 tonight, were you? You were probably doing Spelunky 2. One of the things I've really enjoyed most about this game is the way in which the solutions really ramped up. There was a point in which I had made some offhand comment about how this game was going to get a lot harder once the puzzle solves required me to, like, basically start moving logs between islands, and then boom, there you go. We're starting to move logs in between islands to do obscure puzzle solves. And then I found, like, the first friend in the game, like, right after the very first island, by having to solve one island, bring a log back from another, and then resolve that first island a second way. Just like the depths that I'm having to go to figure out how to solve these sort of obscure backup puzzles are fascinating to me. Yeah, I've heard the difficulty for Spelunky 2 is so much more ramped up. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it's nice to get a sequel, even if that sequel doesn't necessarily fully live up to the original. Like, take La Mulana for me. La Mulana is my favorite game. And I'm so glad that they made a sequel to it, because I love La Mulana 2. But I'd still rather just play more La Mulana 1 than play more La Mulana 2. It's not a better game. But it's a good sequel. Hey, what's going on with this puzzle, do you think? Oh, is it this? It's this one. Do I actually have to... Oh, I'm scared of this one. I remember getting stumped on this one for a while. Okay, so I've reestablished what the normal solution is. I'm thinking there might be a backup solution, but there's no way that's true, right? I can't roll this upward. I can't push this upward. It would be impossible for there to be a backup solution, I think. Or is there? Okay, the 2 log seem promising, but I still think this single log has to be the right answer, right? I mean, look at this island. You don't even have to do anything on this island. You just move on. So this tree is doing nothing right now. And nothing does nothing in this game. There are no wasted trees. Okay, some weird thoughts. A lot of times the backup solutions to these islands don't preserve the original solution. So what if I throw that over there? Does this do something different? what am I trying to accomplish? I want to end up with a log standing up right here, so I can push it down, then standing up again, then push it in. So that's what I want. So I want a log standing up here. I wouldn't be able to push it there from the right, so it has to come from here on its side. I can't roll it into that position, so it'd have to be standing up here. So how would I end up with it standing up right here? I could probably accomplish that if I left that log there and ended up rolling this log into it somehow. Got it. Cat flap. Although billed as a cat flap, expert monster physicists have discovered that these hatches could actually be used by any small beast. In fact, pet cats were the creatures least likely to operate a cat flap, preferring instead to yell until an Englandlander opened the larger human door. I can't really see what's behind that tree. I'm going to assume that it's a hole. Yeah, it's a hole. Yeah, I actually have been trying not to overdo it on the work backwards to the solution, just because I think sometimes it oversimplifies it. Not that I'm like trying to make it harder for myself, but I just think that sometimes it's more interesting if I don't end up there immediately. This one is interesting. All of the trees I need to get down to that friend right there are on this island. So, good luck me. This sucks. This is the first time the game's been so blatant about this. There's been plenty of times where I have to bring a log to another island in order to do an obscure solve. This is the first time the game has blatantly been like, deal with it. Next island doesn't have any logs. Figure it out. This one's interesting. So, a bit of metagaming. There's a few options I have here. If I end up with the log facing this orientation, the long one, the tall boy, big tall boy. If I end up with this orientation, it won't help me on the other island. So that means that it is purely for bridging the gap to that island. But because of the fact that there's nothing stopping on the other island, there's no rocks or anything. That means that anything that rolls across that log is just kind of lost. Hey, buddy. So I think that actually I'm supposed to orient downwards. And I think I want it to end up right over there. Bridging that 2 gap right there. But I'm not sure. There's so little to work with here. A few problems I have are that I can't make use of the cherry blossom on the left. I can't knock down that tree downward without getting behind it, which involves wasting the cherry blossom on the left. This log only seems like the only way to make this log useful right here is to roll it right there. And I gotta be honest with you, that doesn't do anything good. That's bad actually. I'm blocked. Okay. What happens if I do this? Now, the main problem I'm going to run into with this orientation right here is that getting this log out of here and doing something interesting is going to be a real challenge. But this does give me a backstop for that log that's perhaps more useful. So what do I want to do here? Do I need something from another island to get... This is actually really curious to me. Because I'm starting to get the impression that we're not... These are not related. I think this island might not be related to this island. I think it might be related to this one. I need a post box. What lines up with that? So, there's a path right here that a raft could potentially shove off in this way. Hugs. Which makes me right about this one, because I'm a genius. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. People who don't know me are gonna start to think I'm an asshole. Oh, interesting. I'm actually very grateful that this brainwave I'm on right now is 100% wrong. I was actually really nervous that what was going to happen was I needed to set this log here and then come at it from the other direction. But in order to get into this configuration, I won't have a bridge over here, right? So it completely nullifies the whole idea. Like, I have to clear out some stuff to even get to this position. Okay. The question is, how do I get this? How do I get to here? No, that was so close. Okay, can I salvage this, though? That's not how you salvage it. We were very close. Oh, come on! We are so close right now! I just need this log to piss off! I'll be right back. I have a hard time imagining this is actually the right solution, but this is a solution I've engineered in my brain, in my very small brain. And so it is the one we will be going with today. Thank you. Get back on there, buddy. You can do it. See you later. My idea was a bust. Right? This doesn't work, right? Well, no, it's over there to the left, but I was thinking incorrectly. I need to ride the raft. I assume that's why you have the backups option under the load, which is actually extremely good. Yeah, I think I'm off track. I think I'm on the wrong track here. I don't think this idea I had can work. I'll hug you again. You deserve 2 hugs. Okay, so what are we doing here? It seems like pushing this to the right is necessarily the correct first step. Though I'd much prefer being able to like roll this log in front of it so that it can be pushed further away. Not that I think that that log is necessarily associated with the solution. I think this is the only log I need for the solution. I just need to figure out where it goes. So we'd have it solved if I could push the log out of the way now, right? This log right here, if I could roll it out of the way, we'd be in business. But it's, hey buddy, you're in the way now. Oh, God, I'm stupid. Sorry. Just had to say it out loud for it to be obvious. all I have to do is say it out loud and then it all comes together. Wow, this puzzle sure would be solved if I moved this log out of the way. Then move the log out of the way, buddy. No, I guarantee you, for every puzzle I've solved more quickly than you have solved an equal number of puzzles more quickly than I have. I mean, sometimes, you know, puzzle blinders are a real thing. People don't talk about puzzle blinders enough, but sometimes you zero in on a solution to something, and you're only iterating in that space, and you completely forget that there are more mechanics you can employ. Mechanics like push log. Alright, that. Now I'm being bullied. For completely justified reasons, but now I'm being bullied. So that log is not going to do anything for me to get up there. going on here? Invento. I'm not sure that I've heard of Invento. Hey, here's the human storage rack we were talking about earlier. That probably could have been poorly translated under the wrong circumstances. How would I get up to that island? It's so close to where I'm at that it feels like it's obvious that I'm supposed to come from here. But look, there's a tree right there, which clearly indicates that I'm supposed to come to here, not from here. So the answer has to be... up, right? No, there's a tree coming down from here too. Okay, so we're not even coming from this area. This is not the origin. It's either from the island right above it or to the right of it. And neither of those seem like push-off points. Ah, we're back here. Nice, Surin. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun talking about your game. What happened here? Where did I go from here? There were two trees. Oh, and then I zoomed left and then up. Okay. But what if I didn't? What if I went down? But how would you go down, dum-dum? That's not even possible. There's not enough logs. There's nothing for me to work with here. I'd have to bring a log from somewhere else, I feel like. How did I go left? I pushed off of the log up there. I hate it. Oh, wait. I regret to inform that that might be nothing. If I could get back over there, I might be able to use that. Maybe. Are you sure you're not the first person I've disappointed and you won't be the last? Well, that was a very fun excursion, and I'm glad that we are no closer to solving this puzzle than before. Crayons. These human crayons were apparently useful for drawing on skin, but left greasy smudges when applied to walls, paper, clothes, and teeth. In this way they appear vastly inferior to monster crayons. They also taste bland. Yeah. I can probably bring that other log over here. There's probably a way to get it over here. Is there a way to get it over here? Well, there's another log waiting over there in case I want to figure it out, but... Smoke machine. Although the label smoke machine conjure up images of log fires, the name is misleading and the smoke machine should not be set on fire. More accurately, a smoke machine is a fog machine spitting out a liquid called fog juice, which turns into thick, wet air. This may be a form of human bathing. Uh... Clearly I do not have enough sauce for this island. Letter trap. While researching a human postage system, experts installed several experimental front doors with letter traps in the museum. The traps were expected to snag wandering letters. Unfortunately, this one just seems to collect brightly colored midweek pizza deals. What's wrong with pizza deals? Okay, so now that I have access to this island, can I reconfigure this one? I think that might be what I'm supposed to do. Yes, I see what I'm supposed to do. So I need to preserve this log and roll it across the pathway that I create. This feels like the correct start move right here. Oh! I was just too quick last time. I was just a little too fast. Oh, a very cool friend. We found Sunglasses Friend. Hey, look at the snowman. How do I get to you? Help me love you. I made 2 friends. This is a big day for me and my friends list. That's a friend right there. That's a friend on that island. How do I get to you? Help me love you. No, we haven't finished all the islands. I mean, we finished the critical path. There are so many friends and they all need to be hugged. I mean, there was an ending of sorts. You get to the very end and you... So that was the gazebo where we started, right there. And there's the gazebo where it ends. This is the ending. Producer, Siren. She was the one who was hanging out in chat. Terry Kavanaugh tested this. He made Dicey Dungeons. There was a roller coaster. We weren't allowed to ride it, but there was a roller coaster. Ah, Stickali. And now we're back at the beginning. Can you undo the credits? Damn, I've been bested. Yeah, the roller coaster's down here. Actually, I've lost track of it. Whoops. There it is. But you can't ride it. You can only look at it. The big question on my mind is how do I get to the carousel right there? Will the clouds cover up hidden islands? Like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of unexplored space around here, but most of the cloud cover goes away once you start to clear out islands, but they continue to cover up hidden islands, so... Yeah, like, there's a big motivating factor to continue solving puzzles so that you can find all of those hidden islands. Gotcha. So it seems obvious that we're coming from this island to get there, but I don't see how that's going to work. Okay, so a tiny bit of metagaming here. There's no tree on this side, which leads me to believe that I'm supposed to approach from here, not to here. Usually if the islands are really close together and it expects you to come from one direction, it just goes ahead and puts a tree for you to knock down. What would I need to be able to solve this? If I could put a log here and then roll a log down it, it would run into the post box. The post box seems perfectly suited to helping me with this problem. So I think that's it. The hidden islands are very challenging. They've done a very good job of making the end game difficulty high. Very high. I think I'm on the right track here. Perfect. We did it. Reorienting logs is like the secret sauce for these puzzles, and it's really challenging sometimes to work out how it wants you to do it. But, you know, consistently, this game makes me feel like I'm really smart when I solve something. Maybe more so than I deserve. Catch up back. Okay, so it's not going to be this tree. That tree is not part of the solution. So what do I want to do here? If I'm going to have that oriented downward, what does it do to solve my problems? Oops. Catch up pack. No, the arms pop out when you go to hug them. There's still an island up there I didn't get. Could it be that I need to build the raft and then shove off? What is there? I can't even really tell what I'm looking at. Is that a tree pointing down from here? Kinda looks like it could be. Yeah, there's a tree right there on that tile. Tree or a log, something like that. So it's not up from here, thank God. That would be a miserable... I couldn't figure out how I was going to do that. Anyway, let's look at what that lines up with and see if we can maybe metagame our way there. Maybe it's coming down from that island up there? Cucumbers. Humans eventually noticed that their vegetation was inefficiently shaped with their storage methods. By crossbreeding cucumbers with ice cubes, scientists managed to create chilly, six-sided, easily stackable salad plant. This is the origin of the phrase, cool as a cucumber. Always wondered where that came from. Tree stumps are enough to shove... stumps. Like low stumps. Like, sorry, no. Logs are. You can shove off of a log or a tree or a rock. No, there are not already fallen logs. Is what down here, Liz? What is that? Baron Bonbon Sugar Flakes cereal? Baron Bonbons was a short-lived breakfast cereal. Its popularity was attributed to a combination of super dense sugar and 57 different highly unstable and very experimental food colorings. After a particularly bloody intervention by a consumer watchdog, it was given a new recipe and rebranded as Fiber Flakes for sensible children. Yeah, fuck Fiber Flakes. All my homies hate Fiber Flakes. The only way that sending it to the... Okay, hold on. If I do this... and knock it over? Thanks, Bash. How are you doing today? Saying it left has some problems with it. Namely that I can't get it out of the corner. I need this log to go over here, and I need this log to go down. And this log right here is in perfectly fine shape right now. If I could get behind it, we'd be in business. That part I'm not worried about, but... pushing it to the right doesn't seem like it serves me anything. Right? Like if I push it right to maintain the correct orientation, I feel like I end up in a bad spot really fast. Pushing it to the left seems the most promising, but then I can't retrieve it out of the corner. That's the problem I'm running into here. Xandra. Thank you so much for the raid, everyone. Xandra was playing this, I believe. So, I mean, that gets me down there, but I'm so baffled by... what to do from here. I wanted that log. How are you enjoying it so far, Xandra? Yeah, I think as a puzzle game it's really accessible. It's not too much for the most part. There are certainly some big brain puzzles. You think that making the raft was close? I'm not usually down to take hints or backseat, but I'm gonna go back to that state and consider it. I mean, the main problem I'm having right now is that very obviously the solution is to have the length 2 log over here, right? The length 1 log doesn't do me any good. This configuration right here is not appropriate for the length 1 and 2 log, so I think it's just the length 2 log. If I do this, I can't step out onto this log to... like, this is me hitting left. I can't step out onto the log to push the big one back in. That's not possible. Yes. There's sometimes where I get stumped and enough people in chat have made me feel bad by telling me they already figured it out that I'll sometimes be like, alright, just give me a nudge. Have I tried being good at video games? I'll tell you, I have tried that. And it really depends on the video game, I guess. You know, Bad Actor, I've already pointed out that this game does have a parody element to it, as do most puzzle games. So screw you, what do you know? Yep, bishop moves. So the simple solve on this island is just this. This is the simple solve that gets you down here. Does this game have a chess puzzle? No, but I don't know if that's a real question, but I'm going to answer it like it is one. This game has a sort of thing where if you have a log standing up, you can only get it to stand up in squares that are sort of like bishops moves away from each other. So if it's standing up here, I can get it to stand up here, and then like if you think of it like a chessboard, all the black squares, essentially, are the ones where I can get it to stand up. Unless I roll it an odd distance, in which case it flips parity. There you go, Bad Actor. There's your one instance of the word parity. Yeah, it has to be oriented correctly. So, like, if I push this log in, for instance, I can walk down it because it's oriented the right direction. But if I have it the wrong direction, I can't get onto it. This right here feels like the first, what's supposed to be the first move, but I'm missing some pieces. Like, I'm missing something. If I'm right, and this is the correct first move, I don't know where to go from here. Because from here, you know, assuming this idiot's out of the way, I can still do the simple solve. The question is, if I knock this tree down here, I can't get it back out. So what do I do about that? Difficult stuff. Difficult. Very challenging. The previous island's completely barren. There's no way I'm going to bring anything from any of those islands over here. It's just not possible. I'm confident that you wouldn't be able to bring a log from another island to help. So going back to enumerating my plays, I can push the log to the right, If I push it up, I effectively lose it. If I push it down, it's locked there. I can't do anything with it unless I just want to push it up eventually. If I push it up, it's sort of locked, right? Like I can come back over here now. Does that help me in any way? It doesn't feel like it does. I don't think this is useful. If I push it to the left... Well, actually, this grants me the greatest amount of freedom, but... unfortunately, the main problem I've run into is that I can't get it away from this left-hand side anymore. Which leaves me with down. And I'm pretty sure I need it oriented left or right, correct? I mean, if you think about it, if I'm trying to get across this gap, I'm going to need a distance of 2. So it has to be oriented left or right. So down was the simple solve, but it sort of locks itself at this point. So it has to be oriented left or right. That's the only thing I can accept. I don't think this is going to yield anything, but just out of curiosity. No, I've already run into an issue. I mean, I can build a raft. That doesn't do anything for me. I mean, if all you failed on was log orientation at the end, then you're doing better than I did. I haven't even figured out a solution that gets the log all the way to the right. I mean, I don't really care about going down. I don't have to go down. Again, as long as I can go to the right, I win. As far as I'm concerned. Is there something else? I just feel like I have puzzle blinders right now, and I don't know how. So it was actually way easier. Just come from somewhere else, dumbass. Well, I'm personally very glad that I spent all that time staring at puzzles for no reason. You're heading out, Kate? Take it easy. Sorry, Carrie. I'm always so quick to just say the screen name. Okay, I wasn't able to work out what was going on with this one. Yeah, and a character named Kate Libby. Okay, you know what I think? I'm supposed to build a raft right here, actually. There's a way to build a raft here, and that will allow me to shove off. Okay, I see it now. So I came up with an easy solve. I need to figure out how to make a raft, actually. Damn, I got it locked here. It's obvious to me. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of metagaming, but if you look at this right here, this spot, if I were to send a raft out to the left, it would end up getting nestled here, and then I could push down. So I'm certain it's a raft there. The question is, how do I make that happen? I'm working in limited space. Holy shit. Alright, so I wanted to be standing up here. No, I wanted to be standing up here. Standing here. Okay, I think I figured out what I messed up. No, not necessarily. It's a little bit complicated though. If they're the same orientation, they'll make a raft. If you roll a log in the direction that another log is oriented, it will roll to the end of it, so it won't make a raft. But the opposite situation works. I don't know if that makes sense. You'd have to sort of see all of the possibilities play out for it to be, I think, obvious. Well, I feel like you have yet another purpose to be found, my friend, and we will discover it in time, I guess. If either of these get pushed to the right, then they're in the water. If either of them get pushed to the left, or they can't be pushed to the left, so they're clearly up and down. Is there any more secret sauce than that? That's definitely not useful. Yeah, parallel works in both scenarios. Would having a horizontal log fix anything for me? Okay, so let's assume that I'm wrong and that one of them gets... This one gets pushed down. I think I'm missing something for this this island. Let's look at this one. As long as you're cool with sacrificing logs, some of these islands are quite simple. You are friend-shaped. Night, Genie. So what sort of configuration would I need to be able to get to see my friend? There might be something really convoluted I can do. I'm kind of looking over here at this, where if I push that down like this and make a raft right here, I can push down. It doesn't quite get me there, for what it's worth. But there might be like a weird sort of solve I'm not seeing yet. That L shape is a telltale sign. Sorry, the not L shape, but the two rocks side by side. That is a telltale sign. We have not made that Jester's hat friend yet. I mean, full disclosure, this could be yet another bait like last time. Okay, I'm getting a little bit suspicious of this island down here. There's clearly a second island. That much is pretty obvious. And there is no way to go from this island down right. So it seems like we're coming from that island, which makes me think that the goal of this island is not to get down left. Possibly. Possibly. And in fact, it looks to me like I'm actually supposed to go north from here. Somehow. Because look at that configuration right there. That's clearly a redirect. But how? Guess it could be a redirect from over there. Okay. I'm gonna start with that. Hold on. I've got an idea here. Yeah, hug, hug, hug. This is gonna get stuck. Oh my god. My solution was wrong, but my idea was 100% right. Goddamn right I made a friend. Okay, so I was actually wrong, and I am trying to connect to that island down there. I kind of expected for them to be that close and they would have to connect them up, but boy, that sure just isn't what's going on here, huh? This snowman here is this is going to be one for the ages. I think I'm right, though, about building a raft right here. The way that this log is positioned with, or sorry, the way that the rock above this log is positioned, we've seen that before earlier in the game as a backstop for a log. So I think that's correct. Is it my old friend's time to shine? If I were to bring him down here, what would that offer me? I could just roll it straight over there. Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Figure it out. Figure it out, fucko. If I can just roll... I mean, so I think this is right. I think I want to put this here, and I just want to roll a log straight down it. And if I can do that, I feel like I kind of win. If you figured out the solution, you're doing better than I am. I question whether or not you have, but if so, you're better than me. This puzzle goes hard. I can't help but feel like I'm on the wrong track. Like that's what I'm getting out of the struggling. Is I'm really starting to question whether or not my thought process is just wrong. I want to put one log down there to walk across, and I want to roll one log. It is possible that the rolling component is both not necessary and not possible, because this log was not wasted. It's not like some other ones where I didn't need it at all. I used it as a backstop to get across here.